Guys, Deluded Guna, YouTubes and Golo Kante. Now, you've obviously had Team of the Week and things like that, but it's now time for my personal favourite Duds of the Week. Everybody played on the Saturday, the one day, so we've got a time to assess. I've had a lot of time to watch games. I've watched the Chelsea game, I've watched United, I've watched Arsenal, I've watched Spurs. Have I said Chelsea? I've watched them. Obviously, El Clasico was bad. Messi, mad thing. Bare football, I've watched bare football. I've obviously watched the highlights and match of the day, and I've tried to absorb as much as I can. So my Duds of the Week as follows. There's 4 keepers. I'm going to leave it to you guys to pick. I can't pick between the keepers. Foster was doing duddery for West Brom. I mean, the goal they conceded, the last one to make it 3-1, is his fault. Where are you to be seen? A silly kick out and they gone counter. Silliness. Schmeichel could have done as much of a banger as it was from Mata for that free kick. If I'm harsh upon analysing your performance, you could have done better. You're a title-winning goalie. You're an experienced keeper. Your dad is. I don't even need to say who your dad is. If you know football, you know who had that last name first before he came in. So with that being in mind, you know too much about keeping and have had too many good keepers around you to make that mistake. It's a lovely free kick. He hits it right, but when you watch it, Young's right-footed, but there's only one space they can go because of the angle, and that's the far post. You're standing on the opposite side. You should be covering that. Now, if you then move over to your far post and Young or Matt trick you and hit it the exact far post where the near post where you're standing, then we hold our hands up, and it's not your fault because most players won't do that, and it has to be an audacious and ludicrous attempt to even conceive in your brain to try that. If that happens, fair enough, you stand corrected. But you can see naturally they're going to hit the angle where there's the most space, and you can see what is going to happen, and you don't get over in time. Not only that, when you do get over, save it properly. I don't think you're saving it regardless, but you might have had more of a chance. You're using the wrong hand, and it's just terrible. It's a lovely free kick, and he couldn't have hit it any better, but you didn't help your case. So yeah, obviously they drew and you get away with it, but Casper, you do have a problem at free kick, so you've got to be it. Mignolet and Cech, between Mignolet, Xhaka scored a bang, and I'll use that for my Xhaka propaganda, but Mignolet should be saving that. Again, like C.Smalling, using the wrong hand. Between Mignolet doing that and Cech in the 70th minute and Cech for the goal before the third one, I don't know who's worse. So I'm going to leave you guys to pick the fourth in it because they're all crap based on that game. Right back, C.Smalling. He was terrible, falling on the floor, getting ripped, walking back along with Jones and Lindelof for the first. Just weren't at it, man. Smalling was just terrible. Obviously, when he came off injured and came back on, I don't think it's his fault. Of course, you could say Maguire gets the run on him, but you can see he's injured. The whole squad could defend better on that, but you never got going. So Smalling's gonna do a job at right back. His United teammate Lindelof, terrible as well today. Yesterday was terrible. You're walking back with Jones in that, like Mane, a lovely ball from I think Ndidi or someone, I can't remember. Mahrez gets it, he holds it up. Where's the danger? You're a centre half, you're a defender. Smell the danger. Not only that, you play for Jose Mourinho, where defending has to be taken very seriously before you consider anything else. So it's poor. So Lindelof and Smalling, centre half and right back respectively. Left back, I was gonna go with Kevin Long because of that stupid penalty he conceded against Dele Alli. Dele Alli's always going to take that. It's not a penalty in my opinion, and it is a bit of a dive, but there's contact and you can't expect a man not to go down. You should know better than that. You should know you're playing a bigger team than yourselves. They're more likely to get the rub of the green from the ref. Added to that, you shouldn't be diving in the box with how the refs have been controversy this season. Not only that, it's like the 7th minute. What are you doing? I was going to put him there. But I can't lie to you guys, the 45 minutes Monreal played, I'm actually getting angrier thinking about it. So Monreal's going to be there. So it's a United and Arsenal back 4. 5, I've left the keeper up to debate. So to recap before you lose track of where we are, Mignolet / Cech / C.Smalling / Foster, whichever one you guys want. Monreal at left back, C.Smalling at right back. Lindelof and Koscielny at centre half. Midfield, I'm going with Gareth Barry. You were just chasing shadows for West Brom. You weren't at it. Aki at the base for Bournemouth. Someone's got to be here at Bournemouth. You lost 4-0, and I don't think you had the best of games. Not your fault. And perhaps the biggest dud out of that whole midfield, Amartey of Leicester. Now they drew 2-2 and it's all calm like C.Smalling, but you were on the pitch for 17 minutes and you got 2 yellow cards. Not only that, the second challenge, you know you're on the yellow. Why are you making that? What's going on? Credit to Leicester for 10 men and getting a result, but poor. So that's the midfield of Aki, Barry and Amartey sorted. Up front, Rashford for sure. Rashford came off the bench and he weren't on the pitch that long, but he should have killed the game. I mean, if Leicester did score that second, it should have just been 3-2. I mean, you had the chance to put 2 players in and you just held on to the ball and you just stopped, and ultimately it went out of play. And then you see the fine margins of what happens. You're still a young player, but you're experienced enough. You've played the most out of Jose under any other player, I believe. You've gone to international tournaments. You've played. This is your second, third season now as a pro. You should know in the Prem not to do these sort of things and kill off the game. I don't know if you've had instructions by Jose to do things like that. If you have, fair enough, but you've got to be there. Mane's going to spearhead, man, because Mane weren't at it. He lost Bellerin for the goal they conceded for Alexis's goal. His first touch weren't there. His link-up play weren't there. His finishing weren't there, especially when he's trying to overhead kick or bicycle kick, whatever you want to call it, rather than finish it. If he finishes it, I know football's, there's no ifs and buts. We only deal with facts, but that we don't know what could have happened there. So I'm going with Mane and Rashford on the left. And completing that trio up front, I'm going with Willian. Willian had about 2 open goals, 2 clear-cut chances to score. He could have done better for his free kick. I know he's often a scapegoat for Chelsea, but I don't think he had the best of games, so he's got to be there. Yeah, special mentions have to go out to Phil Jones. I felt Phil Jones was poor as well, to be honest with you. Like Lindelof and the others walking back for the for a goal conceded. So to recap, before I give the honourable mentions, Mignolet, Cech, Kasper Schmeichel, Foster, whichever one you guys want. Smalling at right back, Monreal at left back, Koscielny and Lindelof at centre half. Midfield, Ake, Gareth Barry, Amati. Up front, we're going with Mane spearheading it because he didn't have the best of games. Willian, and we're going with Rashford on the left. Martial should have had about 2 goals. He's a very good player with a lot of potential. Martial should be finishing a lot of them chances, and maybe that's why Jose doesn't see fit to give you a chance through the middle. Terrible for Martial. He's still a great player and he's been in great form and he's been one of United's better players generally this season. But Martial, based on the game against Leicester, could have been there. Pogba didn't have the best of games. Iwobi got an assist, but I felt he was terrible for Arsenal. Christensen didn't have the best of games and he almost gifted a goal to Everton. Neom didn't have the best of games for West Brom. Masuako, I can't even say his name, Arthur Masuako, whatever his name is, forgive me, I don't like getting names wrong, of West Ham. Gave a great going forward, but was terrible defending and was at fault for a couple of their goals. Well, definitely one. Kevin Long as well. Ben Mee didn't have the best of games. Gomez of Watford could have done better for the goal they conceded. Zabaleta really should be here at right back, and he's lucky some people played worse than him because he got skinned by Atsu. Carroll didn't have the best of games. Johnny Evans could have been here. I've already said Gareth Barry. So yeah, man, there's a couple more, but yeah. Guys, Deluded Gooner, I'm signing out. Duds of this week, out. Thank you very much. Subscribe, follow me on my socials and do the rest of it. And a Merry Christmas to you guys.